Picture this, you've just bought a product you're beyond excited to use, and lo and behold, it breaks. Not exactly what you pictured, huh? While there's still time to return it to the store, why not just buy something that's impossible to break? It may seem too good to be true, but for the following 20 things, it's their main selling point.
Amazing!
Number 20. HERCULES safety glasses. If you're looking for heavy-duty eyewear, look no further because HERCULES safety glasses takes every breakable situation into consideration. Whether it's your friend's butt sitting on the glasses or an SUV running over them, these glasses are practically indestructible thanks to its shatterproof polycarbonate lenses, something even Hercules himself can't break. Number 19. BEARPROOF suit. Troy HERCULES is straight out of a comic book. This modern-day mix of Tony Stark and Bear Grylls has invented a bear-proof suit that is so unbreakable that the mere sight of it scares a wild bear. True story, and yes, it can withstand anything. The local bike gang tried to break it, but they didn't succeed. However, they shouldn't be ashamed of themselves, because even a 300-pound log couldn't break this behemoth of an armor suit. Number 18. NOKIA 3310. Ah yes, the legend of the NOKIA 3310. While this needs no explaining other than the fact that it's virtually indestructible, I feel there's a vital question that needs to be asked. Is there any other cell phone that can compete with the 3310's indestructible features? I'm here to tell you that yes, there just might be one, and it's called Kyocera Torque. Only time can tell whether this cell phone can live up to the name of Nokia's 3310, but it has promise. Number 17. Indestructible watches. Bulletproof not enough for you? How about bomb-proof? Well, that's what the Cavenspin Triggerfish Bronze A2 is offering. It boasts a massive 44x20mm case and has been pressure tested to 300 bar. For you average Joes out there, that's the equivalent of 3,000 meters of water pressure. Still not convinced? Well, this watch was blown up with 10 pounds of C4, and the only result was that the crystal got scratched. If that's too intimidating for you, and I don't blame you, the Inox by Victorinox is a watch that's just as sturdy. While it hasn't been bomb tested with 10 pounds of C4, it's the only Swiss watch to withstand 130 extreme endurance homologation tests. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it does sound indestructible. Number 16. Stretch Armstrong. Who knew a toy would make this list? If you're Stretch Armstrong, you wouldn't be surprised because of the creative and mostly crazy ways people have been testing how indestructible you are. Just to give you an idea of the lengths people have gone to test Stretch Armstrong, there were two friends who tied the toy between two cars and tried to break it by driving the cars forward. Sounds like a torture scene from a horror movie, but needless to say, they were unsuccessful. After all, that's why they call him Stretch. Number 15. One World Football. Playing any kind of sport with a flat ball is a bummer. You know this if you played sports, and if you don't, well, maybe it's time to try one out. The One World Football makes sure your football never goes flat, because this specific football doesn't even need a pump. What started out as a noble cause to bring the sport to impoverished areas has resulted in an indestructible ball that can be found in almost any part of the world. Number 14. BOBA FETT helmet. We've come a long way from the typical helmets we see in war movies, and the DevTac Ronin helmet proves it. While it received the name the Boba Fett helmet, any Star Wars fan will realize that the helmet looks more like General Grievous. Anyway, that's not what's important about this helmet. What's important is that this helmet is literally bulletproof and uses heat-seeking technology to hunt down enemies. It's currently being used by the Special Forces, and to be honest, it kind of makes you want to apply, doesn't it? Number 13. Tactical pens. Writing with a normal pen is so flimsy and mundane. The only thing it can do is, well, write. Tactical pens, however, are an entirely different story. Not only can they write, which is what they should be doing in the first place, but they can be used for self-defense too, because it's made of ultra-strong, anti-rust aircraft aluminum. If that doesn't sound macho, deadly, and indestructible, then I don't know what does. It also features a tungsten carbide tip glass breaker for all of you who are in dire need of a sneaky defensive tool. Hopefully though, you won't have a need to use it. Number 12. tungsten rings. One ring to rule them all, in terms of toughness, that is. These indestructible rings are made up of one of the hardest materials in existence, and that's tungsten. It's harder than titanium, and the only thing that has a chance of scratching it is a diamond. So if you're looking to propose to your significant other, getting them a tungsten ring is a great way to show your unbreakable love. Number 11. The Indestructible Hard Drive. Given its name, you would have thought a hard drive would be hard. But that's not usually the case because there are quite a few people out there who have had their hard drive ruined, especially after fires, which leads to all your important information going up in flames. The IO-Safe N2 Indestructible Hard Drive dares to be different. It can withstand floods, fires, and storms. Before I reveal the next example, you should subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. We upload amazing fact-filled list videos daily. Also, make sure to click that bell icon to stay updated, or you'll regret missing out on some amazing knowledge that could have filled your brain. Now let's get back to it. Number 10. Garrison Bespoke's Bulletproof Suit. Be indestructible and look good while you're at it with Garrison Bespoke's Bulletproof Suit. Thanks to nanotechnology, the suit is made up of the same carbon nanotubes that are found in the US troops' uniform in Iraq, but is thinner and more flexible. Your dream of becoming the next James Bond might just come true with this kind of indestructible apparel. Just make sure you let your boss know before you go chase off the world's most menacing villain. Number 9. The Tweel. We've all experienced flat tires, and the thought of having tires that can withstand anything has always seemed so far away. However, with these sets of heavy-duty tires, your replacing flat tires in a highway days are long gone. The Tweel by Michelin doesn't need compressed air to work, and this is a huge advantage compared to normal tires. Simply put, if it has no air, it can't be flat. Ingenious. Number 8. Fire ants. This is a rather unique example, but it's worth mentioning nonetheless. These little insects may appear breakable individually, but when you put them in a group, they become an indestructible material. By linking their bodies together, they have the ability to form large structures to endure almost any kind of force. Due to this phenomena, scientists are currently researching how to adapt this trait into a real-world material for us fragile humans to use, and I for one can't wait to see what they come up with. Number 7. Trust shirt. Your shirt tearing up is a hassle that everyone can relate to, right? Not for people who own the trust shirt. This slash and tear resistant shirt is made up of high molecular polyethylene and other avant-garde fibers. In layman terms, it's made up of the really strong stuff that the army uses for their armor. Not even Hulk Hogan himself can rip this shirt apart. Number 6. Lego. If you've stepped on one of these things, you'll know how tough they are. They're made of an extremely strong kind of plastic, called acrylonitrile butadiene styrene. Phew, that was a mouthful. Just be careful next time when you're walking throughout the house. Number 5. Panasonic TOUGHBOOK. Dropping your laptop won't be an issue when you have these models. The Panasonic TOUGHBOOK and Getak X500 are tougher than nails laptops that only the most hardcore of people use. I'm talking about firefighters, policemen, and soldiers who need a rugged laptop that can withstand all kinds of impacts. If they can survive these conditions, they can survive almost anything, even the wrath of your mother. No guarantees though. Number 4. Sargent & Greenleaf 951C Lock. Padlocks are designed to lock your stuff, but sadly there are some models out there that just don't do the job. Not the Sargent & Greenleaf 951C. This sophisticated lock is made up of proprietary alloy that allows it to withstand extreme physical force. Safe to say your belongings will be protected no matter what, as long as you're using this lock. But at over $2,200, it's only worth buying if what you're trying to keep safe is extremely valuable. Hopefully you don't lose the key though, because that'll most definitely cause problems. Number 3. Toyota HILUX. Dubbed the indestructible truck, the Toyota HILUX is capable of enduring the harshest of conditions, such as finishing a journey across the Antarctic that's 6,000 miles without wearing down. This reputation was highlighted in several episodes of the BBC motoring show Top Gear, as they repeatedly tried to break it without much success. Also worth mentioning is the Marauder, which is a 10-ton military vehicle meant to destroy. This beast of a vehicle can withstand 7 pounds of plastic explosives. Let me know any other car that can withstand that. I'll wait. Number 2. Line X. What if I told you that there's a spray that can make anything indestructible? For example, a simple coating would be enough to stop an egg cracking after being dropped. You'd probably laugh and call me crazy, but sorry to say, it's a reality. Presenting Line X. This spray protects anything you spray on it, whether it be your truck, pipes, and furniture. And while it may be tempting to spray this on yourself, please don't. Number 1. 3M Security Glass. And for the last indestructible thing, here's 3M Security Glass. 3M pulled off this crazy stunt some time ago, and they dared to challenge pedestrians to break it. Their prize? $3 million. Who wouldn't want that? As you can guess, people tried almost every kind of way to break it, but all of them failed miserably. Best of all, the company set up a CCTV camera to film their attempts, which made for an ingenious advertisement of their product. If only I knew about this challenge, I'd probably fail just like everyone else. That is until bringing out my trusty Nokia and throwing that at it. Do you know any other things that are as indestructible as the things mentioned in this video? If so, let me know in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching.